Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue our Let's Play of Krastorio 2, where we in last episode just got our mineral water up and running, and our train network is working very well with a nice buffer going here and around the place. So in today's episode, we are hopefully gonna get all the way to getting our AI cores so we can start to make quantum computers. So let's start out with making some what's called nitric acid from ammonia and get all of these things done so we can get it built up. So while we run down to a place where we should set it up, maybe just doing it over here with some of our other fluid things, do remember to like this video and hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. That will mean a lot to me. So let's see if we can figure out how to make the nitric acid. This is where we needed the space science. That's going to be needed to be made in some other lab. So let's see if we can get all the way to that in this episode. At least I'm hoping we can. So let's see here. Nitric acid, ammonia, nitric acid. So first we need hydrogen and nitrogen. Hydrogen and nitrogen should just be made from some kind of process. We have hydrogen right here. Where is our nitrogen? Am I just blind somewhere? Oh, no, that's made from ammonia. Let's just look it up. Right there. Nitrogen is made in atmospheric condenser. That is quite easy to do. And our hydrogen is made in the same one. So let's just request that in if we are already making it. Did I spell that completely wrong? I'm guessing I did. Let's see here. Trying to get, not that way, sorry. Here, there. Oh, Atmos. Silly me. Atmospheric condenser. Hopefully we have some storage. Let's see. No. So let's just get that built first so we can continue with what we need to get. Hopefully it's not something that's hard to make and just something we have. Atmospheric condenser. Very easy to do. Please make that. Anything else I want to get done while we're at it? Probably not. I would just leave this for now. Ooh, fusion reactor. Could be fun to make sometime in the future. And these we'll just kind of wait with. But there we go. That's going to give us our atmospheric condensers. Should have one on the way quite soon. So to do all of this, we pretty much just need a few of those to make the nitrogen and hydrogen, which is used for a few things, but not that much, to be honest. Yeah. Maybe just placing this down will give us an indication of what we need to know. Oh, we can produce water from FNEI. That's actually good to know, in case we don't want to fly in things. But we want hydrogen at least, and we want nitrogen. These two we need to combine into ammonia. I think it was ammonia at least. Where did it go? Right here. Ammonia. So it needs 50 of each every 5 seconds. You produce 30 every 30 seconds. So that means it produces 1 nitrogen every 1 second. Aircraft is 1.5. This one in a chemical plant needs 50 every 5. That means we need 10 every one. That means we need 10 of these and 10 of these for one of those. I think we can fix that. Let's try this. How much does 10 take up in room? 2, 3, 4, 5. Might have to do them double-sided. So what if we do this? 5 here. We'll do 5 more right next to it. Then we'll do these. 5 and 5. That should give us, what is that going to be? That's going to be 300. Is that going to be correct? So 10 every second. This one will produce, oh, it has a low crafting time than on nitrogen. Oh, thank you for making the ratios correct. Well, that is just dandy. So let's see this. We need you to make ammonia. Can we make it some way where we get the ratios to somewhat fit instead of just placing all this down and get robots to solve it for us? That is what I want to do. So 10 every second at crafting speed 1. You will do 1.5 every second. So that means you'll need 7. 7 should be enough. So if we do that, should be what we need for this one. And over here we'll need 10. Or maybe a bit less since the crafting speed is faster, but somewhere along this line is what we can do. We won't be able to fit in more than this to power one of these, so let's just try and go with this. And I might have to fix the ratios in the future as well. But right now at least, I'm going to try and go with this one, just to get things off the ground. The ratios are probably going to be a bit off. And you just need power to go, is that correct? Seems so. They seem to be working. Let's just get a few down to get them all powered. And the same over here would be very nice. They are taking... oh, that's a lot of power you're needing. So maybe it's fine we only have one of you running at the moment. That means... oh, I can just move you up in between here. That'll probably be a bit better. Or at least look a bit better. So, right here. And hopefully it's on the correct side. Of course it isn't. So we will just do this. 1, 2. And jump you in. And jump you in. There we are. This we will then put into some barrels. And chests, of course. To have some of this stored. Might want to do something with this as well. But for now it's fine. Oh wait, silly me. Of course needs one of you. Bit of pipe to make it look cool. Fill in ammonia barrels. And then we can get in these two. Quest and a passive one. Giving ourselves one whole chest might be fine. Please request. What is that? Oh wait. God damn it. I have to remember to turn it around the right way. There we are. That's ammonia. That's all going. Let's just mark it as ammonia right here. And that is one of the things we need. Ammonia. Good. These will slowly get put in. That is just what we're missing to continue this. That should be good. Looking at what we need then. Then we need to make nitric acid afterwards. It's not used for much more than nitric acid. Could we do the same in this cell? Because I'm guessing this is used for a few more things. Yeah. Let's see. Actually, not that many things. How much are you used for? You are used for AI cores and other things. So, oh, and for advanced solar panels. Should probably make it in one cell then, instead of flying it out, or do double so we have something to go with. But that means we should take this out. Maybe get it down here on the side. Or do a second one. That's just gonna run with this one into nitric acid, if the ratios are somewhat the same. Let's see, nitric acid. It needs 10 every 30. Here it is 50 every 5. So yeah, we might just make it here and make a nitric acid cell. Maybe just right next to this one, since this is the main thing it's gonna make. So I kind of want to hook it up right over here. Might want to skip this, or leave it. But at least do this to not store too much, in case I want to expand it out in the future. Once in a while I do think about going a bit further. And you probably can't jump. Oh, you can jump this. That is actually perfect. You can jump that as well. Oh, would you look at that, guys. That is exactly what I want. Then we have the barrels as well. And we have something going out this way. 50 every 5. To make needs 50 every 5 as well. To make 50 nitric. That means we can run a ton of these in case we want to make Emmer-site crystal. So how many can we fit in? Let's see if we do this. And tell you to make nitric acid. That will go out. We'll then need some requester chests in between for the rare metals and for... Oh, we need mineral water, so we have double inputs. Ain't that exciting? So I'll move you out a bit more. Probably just line you up for now. So we'll say 1, 1, 2. Do that one. That's going to do a ton of nitric acid. We can then get water flowing in down here with one of you that can unload it into the system. So firstly, that's quite nice and piece of quiet there. You have crafting speed 1. Will need 10 ammonia every second. Yes. You are producing 10 every second. Oh, so you're producing 50 every second. That was my bad. So in theory with this one I can do 5 of these. And I think that's what we're going to try and go with. I think that will do exactly what we want. You'll go out 2 and you'll go in 1. And we'll do this. No idea if this is going to be a good or bad setup, to be honest. But I'm gonna love it either way. So... 3, 4, and then 1 more, please. 5. That should be able to give us out a ton of nitric acid. Is that correct? Just double checking our crafting things. 50 every 5. Uses... No, why am I so wrong on this? This should be a... Oh, it's way off, my ratios. Oh, I'm looking at the one further down the chain. Oh, that's annoying. That is completely wrong what I set up here, to be honest. It is a 1-to-1, isn't it? So might have to tear all of this down, might actually be the best solution. So 50 every 5. You need 50 every 5. So you could do a production chain that gives us in what we need here. So we need this for one of these, of that for the other one. And then 1-1. Oh, it is just a horrible way of doing it. So it's actually this I want to do. You can get removed. And then it's actually the next part that needs the nitric acid. But that I kind of want to do in a different one. So it's probably going to be the setup we have to use to get the ratios correct. Unless we just make huge production lines of ammonia and flies it around the world. And I don't really want to do that. Let's just assess one thing. If I do this, will that empty out? Probably won't. But at least this one is not building up. That means that this one should be able to keep up. Let's keep this. I think it's gonna work as we need, and then we have one output here where we need the water in. It's all about that goddamn ammonia, if I want to get it into barrels or not. Only if I want it for rocket fuel, and I don't think I do. So what if we do this instead? Oh, I'm gonna hate myself for doing this. I can already feel it. I can already feel it happening. So instead of this, we'll just do one in here. That produces nitric acid. And outputs the other one. I don't know why I want to make it this compact. There's actually no reason for me to do it whatsoever. Oh, one day I will learn. Trust me, guys. I won't be this bad forever. At least I hope not. So let's go back to our original design. Into this one. That's going to output into another one going this way. Let's just check. Nitric acids. Luckily this does line up. That means we can just get the water flown in to right here. Ugh, an ugly setup. But it actually does mean we can double this. Huh. Might be able to double this after all. I really want to get a good setup here before we go forward. And I don't want to do it with robots. So we need 7 more. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we need 7 more, that's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. So what if we do this? That's gonna be... we need 14. Is that 14 or am I completely wrong in that assumption? That is 14. That should support 2 now. Let's see, 14. That gives us 520 every 20. Never mind, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna live with it. I'm gonna be annoyed when you guys tell me that the ratios are completely wrong, but that should line up. That means we can hook in 2 of these. We can then do this. 1, 2. 1, 2 of ammonia. Wait, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and get all of this jumped in. Then we can take it out and use it somewhere else in this little setup. Now it's all about if my ratios are completely wrong. And I have a feeling they are. Oh god. Because I want to output nitric acid now. Going this way into some way we can get it out. Yeah. Oh, that needs an input, so we'll have to move you one more. Through here. There, guys, that is the setup we're gonna go with. No matter how bad it is, that is gonna be what we use. Because then we can do 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. And I think this has been the most confused I've been about ratios in quite a while. And I don't like it, if I must say so myself. Mineral water out. Into this one. Can fit in 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh. Then we'll do request and actual provide. In and out. Please request this one. I'll just throw it out into the ether. And this should activate all of this. That's gonna go in. That's gonna produce the things we need here. You can request the rare metals. That's gonna go into these 2. And output is gonna be nitric acid that we can use for lots of other things. Hopefully fast enough. But it should be a 1-to-1 ratio. Then it's all about if all of these are being used. It's all about that. So there we are. And a requester and a pacifier. That way at least we have a somewhat good setup. Nitric acid barrel in, of course, to fill, and request barrels for that. So how's that for a nitric acid cell? So instead of this one, we'll call you nitric acid. And you are producing most of what we need now. Let's see if any of these are running out. They are at the moment. Wow, that is a very, very ugly setup. And we only produce a few things at a time. So that's 2 barrels every 5 seconds. It's pretty much what we are putting at the moment. That is good. That is fine. Any excess pipes? Nope. I can take out a few here. No need to waste resources. So let's just check the production here of fluids. Ammonia should be produced and consumed equally. That is the case. What about hydrogen? Producing 3.7, only consuming 2.8. So the ratios are a bit off. That's because of 1.5 crafting speed. What about not ammonia? What's it called? It's called nitric? Nitrogen. It's always a good way to check things if you do this. Nitrogen. That is producing 2k and consuming 1.3. So yeah, it's probably the crafting speed that's messing with a few things, but we can always add in a bit more if needed. But right now we're at least producing the nitric acid we need. That means I want to set up an Emmer-site crystal production. Maybe just right here next to the other one to keep it flowing. That setup works. Am I happy about it? No, not really. It's not one of my best works, but yeah, once in a while it just kind of messes up a bit. Not much you can do about it. This one, I want to fly with robot since it's in another cell. So that means I would like for you to produce Emmer-site crystal. Then we have pretty much what we need for our AI cores. So this one first, completely normal setup with 2 fluid inputs. Maybe just take it here for now. Say for you to make the crystal. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and in a few pipes. There we are. And then we just need the 2 inputs for this one. We'll just move you a bit out from the wall to here for now, and then move it to fit it in. And here are like 1, 2 with our normal double input setup. Might just go up top this way. You'll be sulfuric acid out. Request, turn. And you will be an active provider on both of these. There we are, and you'll be nitric acid in. Oh, nitric acid out, sorry, like this. So, if we give you a small amount of power, are we a good place to, depending on the corner? Do it right here. Oh, we need to have some kind of in between, or we can just do this. On this side might actually be better. So you take 30 seconds. Oh, never mind. We'll just do this then. 1, 2, and passive 1. Passive, and the power is already there. And in, out. Limited to 1. That's probably going to give us all the Emmer-site we need for a little while. That means we can request what we need and just expand this downwards. Is that what we're going to do now? Just to get it up and running. Let's see this. I'll try and keep it here and see if this will work as I'm hoping it will. Crystals have been put in. It'll activate this up here again at some point when it starts to move. And now we can just do this part to right there. Remove that one. Then we can get it all the way to the end. And just skip that one. So that's going to give us, how many do we have here? We have 8. 8 every 30 seconds. So that's almost, well, it's going to be 1 every 3 seconds. 1 every 4 seconds. Of Emmer-site crystals. Now the whole question is, how many of these do we need in the future? A lot, because I want to go into advanced solar panel production at some point. But more importantly, we can also make ammo out of it. So we'll need a ton of crystals. And we'll need to set up the AI core as the first thing. You output probably more than enough for this to continue over to other cells. So what if we just do this part and copy paste it a few times? Could probably share the ones in the middle, but that means I'll have to turn them around. And what if we just do this instead? get that much Emmer-site running. Oh. Yeah, probably not need that one either, but now we have it. And you just need to connect up these things going forward. So right there, and you can connect up. Has to be up here, because the way we have seen it so many times now. And here and here. That one we can just steal and add in to all of these down the line to connect this up correctly. There we are. And we can skip that one and that one. That should hopefully get all of this hooked up and moving. Starting this entire production chain and seeing how much we can produce. So I think this is a somewhat decent place to stop. We just got our Emmer-site crystal up and running. So in that regard, it was a quite successful episode. Though our nitric acid one was rather interesting to build. So I think that'll mean that I'll end the episode here, and next episode we'll just set up our AI cores. We will start to get our optimization tech cards since we can get our quantum computers, and then everything will be good. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel already, and then I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.